My name is Samantha Cunningham, and I'm 23 years old. So when I was a kid, I was super chubby. I was babysat by my grandmother, and she had this idea that the only way to keep my sister and I happy was to feed us treats all the time. So I was like a really overweight kid. And then when puberty hit, I lost all the weight just by growing taller, and I became actually really skinny. But because I'd had all this idea of how I looked, it didn't transition when I got tall and thin, and no matter what people told me, no matter how my body changed with puberty, I always thought I was fat. No matter what, I would worry every second of every day about how people saw my body, how I should dress, how I should suck my stomach in whenever people were talking to me, how I should make sure that, I stuck my chin out so that I wouldn't have a double chin. I struggled with that for a really long time. I was borderline on the edge of eating disorders. I would go, as long as I possibly could without having a meal. For some reason, that made me feel like I had control over my own body, even though it never made a difference. I struggled with anxiety, and I think the fact that I wasn't eating made it even worse. I felt really tense all the time. I was constantly worrying about how I looked when I ate, if my chewing was weird, if my face would change when I was eating. I was constantly worried that people would judge me if I was ever eating anything that wasn't green. I was worried that I couldn't eat in public and that I would try and eat my meals by myself in the corner of a hallway. It was awful. I really think that I was constantly worried all the time about how other people saw me instead of how really I saw myself. But since becoming more confident and since realizing that their opinions shouldn't affect how I dictate myself, I feel less anxiety, I feel less depression. I don't have to look in the mirror every day and think about what I could do to change myself for tomorrow, what I could wear that would make myself look skinnier. I believe it's reduced my stress. I believe it's reduced the level of anxiety I feel on a daily, and I'm just so happy that I'm not as panicked as I used to be. To the people out there who are struggling with body issues, you just really have to keep in mind and remember that your body is your body and no one else's, and everyone else's opinions don't matter about what you think about yourself. You need to be happy with yourself, you need to love yourself, you need to accept your flaws, you need to accept the things that make you beautiful, and nobody else has a right to say whether or not you're beautiful.